Good morning, everybody. I'm driving on a remote, rural back road going 20 kilometers an hour, so get off my back. I just delivered 5 loaves of bread to a lady down the street and her husband, Todd. Because they got a deep freeze and she thought that I wasn't going to be baking for most of the summer, because I did say that. I'm just telling her that it's going to be a little bit more sporadic, so if she wants bread, to order lots at a time and then she can freeze it and refresh it. It's really easy to refresh. You just put the oven on at 300 and throw your frozen loaf in there for about 10 minutes and it's like it's brand spanking new, because I put it in the deep freeze. Fresh, still warm. So now I'm delivering 4 loaves to the farm stand. And I made a few different flavors. Todd just said, I hear we're getting some surprise flavors this time. So they're getting bacon cheddar, and I believe I gave them a double chocolate and lemon blueberry. So they've never had any of those flavors before. And then everything bagel and garlic rosemary. They didn't get their beloved garlic cheddar. I gave them bacon cheddar instead. That should have been a $17 loaf. I gotta start charging more. But anyway, so I'm on my way to the farm stand. But what's exciting today, it's a gloomy, rainy day, and it's only 12 degrees, so it's not warm. Today is our Fire Smart community work event, and what a turnout. We are a seasonal community for the most part. There's I call it a summer village. Tom doesn't like it when I call it that, but it is. It's mostly seasonal people. Most people don't come in the winter, but at any rate, we're very rural, very far out, very isolated community. So the fire department from Eagle Bay and the CSRD helps us fire smart our community, because we're right smack dab in the middle of natural wildfires. And they explained to us today that the reason that the last little while fires have increased in size and ferocity, however you say it, is because we're not, as humans, we've decided to try and control wildfires. And the natural course of climate is forest fires, and it replenishes and refertilizes and makes the land mineral rich. So they're trying to go back, and even the indigenous people are trying to help us that have decided to build beautiful communities in these areas, to just how to fire smart our own community. And so we have been a fire smart community for 4 years, and together with the fire department, we clear the land of coniferous deadfall and smaller deadfall that acts as a matchstick. Cedar is a matchstick, and so anything like cedar hedges or anything like that, they highly strongly recommend that you do not plant in these communities. The deer love them, number 1, and eat them, and number 2, the resin and the manner of the hedge is like what a 6-foot hedge would be a 12-foot flame. They are very, very dangerous. So they came in with their recommendations of to complete. We're clearing the debris that's deadfall and twigs and natural branches that have fallen from trees. We're removing smaller trees, like 6-inch trees. We're trimming trees 6 feet to 8 feet up so that there's no dead branches or little twigs that will catch on fire and make them basically a candlestick. She's the one lady of the fire department gave us tips on how to harden our own homes with smaller 3mm coverings, metal coverings over our vents, caulking to prevent embers from getting into the attics. Having water available in our community is huge. We have fire hoses and fire hydrants, and so our community has passed Fire Smart and been labeled as a Fire Smart community for about 4 years in a row, which means our insurance is a little less, etc., and makes it easier for us to get insurance. So most of these people come from out of province, like us, from Alberta or Saskatchewan or the lower mainland of BC, and come every weekend that we have the Fire Smart weekend to help with this. And each year we get more and more volunteers. So this year it looks to be that we have at least 40 to 45 people. We have ATVs with trailers, chainsaws, and pull cords to pull out the bigger deadfall. It's an amazing event, and the fire department is just blown away by how many people in our community volunteer. And it is a great way for us to get to know everybody. There's lunch provided, water and snacks to keep our blood sugars up, because it's hard work. Last year it was a warm day, so today might be easier to work, except for the wet, because the slopes for our ATVs are a little, dicey. We do have 2 people with first aid on site, as well as paramedics in the fire department that are with us. And one of our community members is actually a fighter at the volunteer fire department in our area. So our community is the last fire protected community of this road. So all the other people down the road in off-grid scenarios are responsible for their own Fire Smart of their homes. So it's a very real situation here. The firefighters are learning every year from the wildfires that do hit our area, and it was very informative. So we like to take part, and it's a great way for us to meet our neighbors. There's a beautiful lunch with beer and coolers served afterwards. We have chippers and big bins. So anyways, that's what's happening today. I just love this area, and I'm so glad that, eventually Tom and I will make this our retirement spot, and make it permanent. But while the grandkids are still young, we're still commuting to staying in Edmonton as long as we're going back and forth. So that's the deal. And here I am at the farm stand delivering my bread. So I'll talk to you later, everybody. And Fire Smart your area if you're in a rural community like this. Toodles. So this is the section I did with another woman. So there were 3 or 4 big, huge piles, and we're down to this.